Hey there you guys, welcome back. Today we are going to transplant or repot the black orchid, the Monn Millenium Magic Witchcraft. This is fantastic. It's one of the Catasetum type orchids, and they are absolutely wonderful for people that like to be lazy with their orchids during the winter time. They like to go dormant, they lose all their leaves, you don't really water them at all, and then you get new growth, and then eventually, after the new growth gets to be about 3 or 4 inches long, the roots, then you can start watering again. And when they're actively growing, they require lots of light and lots of water and lots of fertilizer. They are heavy feeders when they're actively growing. You'll know because they put out leaves like crazy, and they put on all these new leaves in like a 4 or 5 month period. And then they start flowering, and then they go dormant again. So, very, very, very cool plant to grow. I know that many of you are trying to find this or have already found some. Bill, remember to swallow. So, anyway, we've got the 2 of them here, and like I've told you in the past, I think I want to plant them both in the same pot. There's no need for me to have 2 pots of these. They are both the same type, they both do the exact same thing, and I don't have a lot of space. So I'm going to take these 2 plants, and we're going to put them into one of these pots. This, I think, is a 6-inch pot. Correct me if I'm wrong, it might say, doesn't say a darn thing. So anyway, I think it's a 6-inch pot, 5 or 6. And so yeah, I've pre-moistened the soil here. These have been sitting in some water because the moss that they're in is was very, very dry and would be very difficult to take off. Most of the stuff will just be able to cut away. Well, I'll just bring you in closer and we'll talk about it a little bit more. All right? Okay, so with this, we are going to use some sphagnum moss. I'm pre-moistening some sphagnum moss here. Let me just actually wring this out. Is my arm going to be in the way? My arm's probably going to be in the way for this video. Just going to wring it out. Set it off to the side. These guys, it's funny because the ones that seem to want a dry dormancy period tend to also want a nice wet growing season. So you want to use sphagnum moss with your Catasetum type orchids. There might be some exceptions out there, so I'm just going to do it with the Millenium Magic Witchcraft specifically. So I'm going to use a little bit of, move these off to the side, I'm going to use a little bit of orchid bark as well. We'll do like a 50-50 mix. Throw a couple of handfuls of bark in there. Just a general purpose. This has some charcoal in it. There's some perlite in it as well. This will be a nice, well-draining mix, but it will also hold a lot of moisture because of the sphagnum moss. So I'm just going to first add some sphagnum moss to the bottom of the pot. I'm just going to push the remaining stuff off to the side. I just recently sterilized my knife with some isopropyl alcohol, 70%. Let it sit. And now we're going to lift these out. As you can probably see, maybe you can, maybe you can't, there is a growth here and there is a growth nub here. So this one's going to have 2 new growths this year. And this one here looks to only have 1, but I do see a nubbin right here. It might develop, it might not. We'll see. Fingers crossed. So, with these guys, because they require a dormancy period where you're not watering them, that usually means that the existing roots are probably not going to have survived. They probably will have died, and they'll be shriveled up. So generally, Generally speaking, when you go to repot these, you don't need to save anything, but I'm just going to look. This wasn't dormant for very long, and before the new growth started, and I feel that some of these roots might not have perished. I think that we're still going to have some. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take out the moss that's existing, and it's easy to work with because I just finished watering this plant. That's as you can see, there's no real growth starting on these roots. They don't look dead. They still look nice. They're still white. So we'll keep as many of them as we can. You never know. They could help the plant. They could help the plant to produce secondary growths. We don't know. If they're not gross looking, we'll keep them. So I'm going to pause the video now, and I will bring you back once I get all of the moss taken out from both of my plants. Take a look here. This is the new growth. It's really producing a lot of roots. So you want to be careful with these roots here. These are the ones that you're going to want to watch when they get to be about 4 inches long. They will. It'll be time to start thinking about watering regularly. Don't start keeping it wet right away. Just keep it moistened. Let it slightly dry out between waterings until you see the plant actually start to really take off, and then you can start watering more regularly. You don't want to kill them with kindness, thinking, oh, its dormancy's over, and then just overdo it all at once, because it is possible that your plant will rot. So anyway, again, I'll bring you back in just a moment, and we'll check it all out, and we'll pot it up in the new mix. Okay, so the reason why I brought the knife into the mix is, see how this one, the roots are more brown. They're still looking good. I can't get in here with my fingers to really take out the moss. So the reason why I brought the knife into the mix, actually on this one I don't know whether you'll be able to see it. We have the new growth here, which looks fabulous. We've got a new little nub that's right at the tip of my finger. Then there's also a nub right here. And yeah, very excited to see that. I'm not sure if these will develop. This one will probably develop into something, but I don't know about this one. But time will tell. Maybe we'll get 3 growths out of this one. So what I was going to do originally is just take it and cut the roots about halfway. And we could just pull them. Got this stick in there that I just cut through. And you could do this now because the new roots that are developing in the new growths, they are not in this mix. So we'll just get rid of this, toss it. The roots still look okay. But it won't hurt the plant to remove some of the roots. After all, they could be dead and just look decent. Those are from the old year or last year's growth. It'll also make it easier to rip things apart here. Again, I'm being very careful. I don't want to damage any of the roots that are developing here. Right off of here. This one hasn't started producing any roots yet. Alright, so I'll pause the video again, and I'll remove all of this extra moss, and we'll be right back. So here we are. We've got all of the, well, as much of the moss as I could get off. We've removed most of it. And same thing with this one. This one we've chopped some of the roots off. I did notice that some of the roots were rotten, so I just removed them. This one here can go. But yeah, this one here is very loose. Eventually there are going to be natural divisions, but I don't really care because I'm going to put them in their pot together anyway. I'm going opposite. I'm going against the grain. I want to put them together rather than split them all apart and have more of the same thing. So how am I going to put this? I'm going to put the old growth in the center, and I'm going to have the new growth out to the side. I think that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to put this one in first because this one here has the biggest root system. Just going to pack a little bit of stuff inside there so there's no air pockets. Just going to rest this in there like so, right in the center. Let me move the camera up just a little bit. Does it all come in frame? There we go. We're a little bit better now. And then this one, ever so carefully, place them in the same pot together. Nice happy family. So we're just going to maybe cross over some of the pseudobulbs like that. I'm getting out of frame again. There we go. I get so excited about this stuff. So now I'm just going to, again, being careful with the roots that are there. We don't want to damage the root structures. We want to try to make it as good as we can to keep things level with the old media level. So here's new growth here. We don't want it to be farther down in the media than it used to be in the other pot. Unless, of course, it was really high in the pot. Then we could bring it down a little bit so that it's at media level. Bring this media over closer to me. Poking down this media could be relaxing. Alright. Feel like I'm winging it every time we do stuff like this. Just remember that the media needs to be free draining but moisture retentive. This one, when it actually grows, it will like lots of moisture. So you don't want it to dry out really quickly, and if you do have a mix that dries out really quickly, you'll want to water it more frequently. But if you have some sphagnum moss in there, you could probably get a couple of days between waterings. Realistically, a normal person, that's that's pretty average. Especially if you can grow them outside, you could just zap them with the hose when you water the rest of your garden. Throw some in the center here. Don't forget about that. So it looks good. So there's already some moisture in there from the sphagnum moss that we pre-moistened. So I'm not going to water this in. I'm going to let the growth take hold, and we're going to watch for roots to grow at the side of the pot. Once we see active growth, then we'll know that we can start watering regularly. Stay tuned for more updates on my Millennium Magic. As it grows, I will show you. And show me what else you're growing. Maybe your Catasetums or your Millennium Magic is starting to grow as well. I'd love to see how it looks. You guys have fantastic, fantastic plants, and they look so good. You guys care for them so well. And so if you like this video, please like. Also subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, stay tuned for more updates. Lots more to come. Look at those arms. It's getting big. So another thing that, oh goodness, out of the way. Another one that you guys have been asking about is my little mini phals that we planted in a group planting.